What's happening, everybody? Your boy went on a little bit of a hiatus, but guess what, dude? We back. We're back at it. We're gonna turn up. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. We ain't gonna be on for too long. See if I get this light right. Yeah. But we're gonna come in. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna talk some shit and just go over some things. Let's get this started. What's happening, man? All right, yeah. ¿Qué onda, Senor Peña? How you doing, sir? Man, it's good to be back. I went on a little bit of hiatus, we off season and stuff, and we've had free agency start. We've gotten to see the direction of this team. I think we talked about that before I went on hiatus. The team, we were gonna really see what they're gonna do. They end up getting Geno Smith. Was it my first choice? No, but it's not a bad choice. It's not like we picked up somebody who's just completely and utterly fucking bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of, I've been sitting back and kind of watching what everybody else is saying and everything. A lot of things that I'm getting from a lot of people is that we need to go get Genty, and I like Genty. I like Ashton Genty. I just don't think he's number 6 overall good in a very, very deep draft. A lot of the things, people, he ran really well against, Penn State. He had what, let's see. He had 104 yards. And people are telling me that, he's generational. He had 104 yards against Penn State on 30 carries. We got a guy like Woody Mark, who people are telling me out of SC. I'm biased. I ain't gonna lie. I'm super fucking biased. SC till I die. And well, he's a 4th rounder, but against Penn State, he had 20 carries for 111 yards, plus another 40 in the air. And it's like, you can't tell me one guy's generational and then this guy's actually putting up better numbers. I mean, I just think we could do a little bit better at that position. And I think drafting running back with the deep running back draft is just a waste. It's a waste at this point. I do see the Raiders possibly drafting on the defensive line, though, and that means they're dead serious. They want to build something. I wouldn't mind. Graham or what's the cat? Will Campbell. Bro, I wouldn't mind going offensive line, defensive line, and continue to build. I mean, let's face it, dude. This draft, you're not gonna have a lot of talent at the receiver position. You got T-Mac there. I just think if you have a running back heavy draft and you pick the first running back at 6, I'm sorry, dog. I want Adrian Peterson at 6. I want Eric Dickerson at 6. I want Marcus Allen at 6. Honestly, it depends. It depends where we end up. Honestly, where our offense and our defensive lines end up, because if we end up putting together a badass defensive line and a badass offensive line, I think we can be in position to contend for the fucking division, and not contend slightly or kind of, or maybe so, or anything like that. I mean, legitimately, we all seen that the Kansas City Chiefs need the refs to continue to win. They need bot snaps. They need fucking refs not looking looking at everything. But they were completely and utterly dominated in the Super Bowl. Why? Because the Eagles have a dominant offensive line and a dominant defensive line. You mean, their quarterback is not the best quarterback in the NFL. He's not. I have no problem saying that. You mean, like, dude, I would love him on my team, but it's not like he's one of the best in the NFL. He's not one of the best best passers in the NFL, but he's a dangerous quarterback. He runs his scheme. He does his job. There's a lot of good in what he does. However, dude, we're not far from being that type of team. And I think, honestly, like, some people will sit here and say, well, don't draw defensive line. We have enough defensive line. That you never have enough defensive linemen. Never, ever at one point or another have. No, you'll never have enough defensive linemen. And that's just the truth. You know what I mean? You'll never have enough. So I want to continue to build with that. I want to continue to have this moving forward and moving in the right direction, dude. We can continue to build this defensive line. We can continue to build this offensive line. And dude, I like Graham. I think he can be a stalwart for your defensive line for many years to come. I think that this team can do better by drafting on the offensive defensive line than drafting a running back at 6. I don't understand. A lot of times I when I work kind of like by myself, and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and even people I don't even really fuck with, just to hear what people are saying and thinking. You mean how my thought process is going with it and everything else, and dude, everybody seems to be on this Jeanty train. I just don't understand it. Why would you go and draft a guy at 6 who was special in the Mountain West? Bro, you beat up Fresno State and UNLV and teams like that. Hey, bro, me too. But see, did we draft him at 6? Fuck no. Even John Gruden knew better not to draft a running back at fucking 4. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I mean, he didn't do any. He drafted fucking. Oh my god, yeah, he didn't do too much better, bro. But you know what I mean. But I think we got. Josh Jacobs at what, 24? You know what I mean? You mean, and those are the fucking, that's kind of where I want, dude. Honestly, I think if you get a guy like Omarion Hampton in the same situation as Jeanty, a guy like Judkins, a guy like Woody Marks, and you put them in the same situations, I mean, they're going to be just as good or even better than Jeanty. You know what I mean? And there's a reason why he did not run the goddamn 40. What's happening? Nutty Raider Nate, what's happening, brother? Bad. Fuck another off season, and you know what? I'm happy we're not winning the off season, because normally when we win the off season, it just turns to shit real fast, real quick. Like, come out gangbusters, 1 game, 2 game, and then, you know what I mean? I don't want that. I want to build something sustainable. That's why I'm really, really hoping that John Spytek is eyeing either a receiver, defensive line, or offensive line. That's how we're going to build this team, dude. If we have a fucking dominant offensive line, and you know what, and we're opening up holes for a guy like Judkins or Henderson or Hampton. I mean, my guy Woody Marks. You know what I'm saying? We're opening holes up for this guy and knocking these defensive lines back over and over and over. I think one of my favorite Raider games was we played the Broncos and we ran the same play 15 times in a fucking row. Because why? Because they couldn't fucking stop it. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of shit I want to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? That's where I want to be at as a Raider fan. You know what I mean? You know, I want us coming at you. I mean, we could talk all the shit we want about John Gruden. John Gruden lined up in a fucking power eye, weak eye, and we knew my daughter knew which direction the fucking Raiders were running the ball. And so did the defense. And guess what? Josh Jacobs fucking toted that rock and was getting yards, bro. You know what I mean? I would like to see that, bro, but it's gonna come with the offensive line. But at the same point in time, too, though, like the defensive line, that doesn't need to be neglected. How many times have we seen us just fucking straight out neglect defensive line, dude? Like our whole defensive line is just fucking shit. You know what I mean? And we fucking stumble on a guy like Max Crosby. Cause let's face it, dude, we got him in the 4th round. We drafted Cleve. We drafted Jonathan Abram. Jonathan Abram, is he in the NFL? Because I really don't know if he's in the NFL. Yeah, Dundee. Yeah, well, baby's coming home. You know what I mean, in a little bit. So you know what I mean. I you know, I got that, and I cooked some food, bomb ass tri-tip and shit. Some salmon. Shit, yeah, that and got my sobrina coming over. You know, couple. You know what I mean. You know, so you know, it's just like, you know, spending time with the family is a great time. And I wanted to come on. I haven't been on in a couple weeks. You mean, and you know, and see how things, just explain my thought process in this situation. The Raiders do not, let me repeat, do not control what they can do, because I hate to say this, but it's true. Meaningless wins. Some of those wins were completely and utterly meaningless. And the Raiders are in a situation now where, don't get me wrong, if Shador's there at 6, you get Shador. You don't play around. You don't do any of this shit. You run up to the podium and you draft Shador. That means that the Raiders for the next 10 years do not need a fucking quarterback for the next 10 years. You have all the time in the world to develop him, get him going, get him set up, get him prepped, everything, sign him off, everything. You have every single opportunity to get him where you need him. And that's going to set us up for so much more success later, you know, down the road. Do I think Shador is the best quarterback? No. Compared to last year, nah. He's not J5. He's not Caleb Williams. But he could be Geno Smith on steroids. He could be he could be a little bit more mobile Jared Goff. I can give him that. Without any type of fucking, you know, bat in my eye or anything else. I mean, like, he legit could be that guy. He could legit come out here and change things for us. And then having a guy like Geno Smith, you know, to sit in front of him and have a guy he's got to beat before he can start. That carries a lot of weight. Hey, all I'm saying is this, dude. The last quarterback we drafted in the 1st round is Jamarcus Russell. And before that, it's Todd Marijuanovic. It's time. It's time. We need to invest in this position. We've seen the Cincinnati Bengals build 2 teams, 2 good teams. in the same time that it's took us to win one fucking Super Bowl. The Cincinnati Bengals, the brokest team in the NFL. Why? Because they still draft quarterbacks. You mean they still draft? Matter of fact, they built 3 teams because they had Carson Palmer, Andy Dalton, right? And then they got Joe Burrow now. So they built 3 fucking teams because they draft quarterbacks. What a novel thing. You draft quarterbacks and you put yourself in position to win. Wow. You mean the Raiders haven't drafted, they've drafted one guy in the second round. That's the highest investment they've put into the position. And then half the fan base hated him. Half the fan base was fucking ready to sell their soul to him, and the other half of the fan base didn't want nothing to fucking do with them. It's a fucking trip. Like, dude, we need to pay the piper. It's time for us to pay our dues and draft a fucking quarterback. So, I mean, even if you don't want Shedeur, bro, I mean, like, and to be honest, Art, last year was the year. I mean, I think Atlanta moved up. No, excuse me. Atlanta did not move up. It was Minnesota who moved up, right? I remember they traded for a second or no, sorry, a really late first. And then everybody thought they were going to use that to move up in the draft. And all they ended up doing was trading a fucking 4th rounder to get up and get fucking JJ McCarthy, bro, who was drafted in front of fucking Michael Penix, who we all wanted. You know, so those are some things that, dude, we did not do. We are not willing to do for some fucking weird reason or another, dude. It's time. It's time to pay. Dude, we got to draft quarterback. I don't care. So quarterback, offense or defensive lineman, I'm cool. I'm not cool with running back. The running back that everybody consensusly thinks is so great is not trying to say this kid is not great. I'm just trying to say that you can match his talent in the second round. He's not Adrian Peterson. He's not Eric Dickerson. He's not Marcus Allen. He's not any of those guys. And we have to realize that this man is not. And I'm not trying to dig in on this young man. I mean, because I want, you know, these young fellas to, you know, be successful, but he's not going to be. I don't think he's fucking generational. I don't. I mean, you know, people want to point out certain games where this and this and that. I mean, I pointed out a game earlier. You mean, hey, bro, I agree, but like some of the personnel changes, like I really like John Roberts playing. Really, really like him, but he clearly left for the bag. He clearly left because what motivates him? The one who pissed me off the most was Merrick. How do you have somebody you fucking developed? How do you have a guy who fucking quarterbacks? Oh, he's covering him. Nah, you mean they don't even throw his fucking direction, and you fucking let him walk. You fucking let him walk. The kid can play fucking strong safety, free safety, and he can play fucking nickel. You let this kid fucking walk. Fuck, I guarantee you can play a little linebacker too. Nutty. Hey, me too, dog. But bro, I want my kids to see these motherfuckers win at some point, dog. I mean, I want them to fucking feel how it was, you know, for us, you know, walking in. You mean fucking the bar or fam, you know, right there with the familia. You mean fucking, you know, fucking fuck the Raider fans are here. You mean they're gonna brag, they're gonna be talk shit, their team's gonna run through our team. You mean they're gonna be giving us those fucking shit. I want that shit back, bro. I want that shit back. Dude, We remember these days. Robert, you remember those fucking days, bro. Remember the AFC Championship in 2002? Raiders versus Tennessee, bro. Everybody picked us to lose. Rich Gannon's out there acting a fucking fool, taking off and running. You know what I mean? Giving him so much fucking shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you mean like, dude, these are things I want back and I want to give to my kids. You know what I mean? But there's things that we used to do. We used to draft a lot on the defensive line. We used to draft a lot on the offensive line. We used to we had offense and defensive lines that you came up against a fucking buzzsaw when you fucking played them. And those aren't things that we do well now. We don't. For some reason or another. I mean, we draft offensive linemen who can't stay in the NFL. I know we do that. You mean? And I'm not putting it all on Spy Tech. You mean? We all know who drafted the motherfucker couldn't even stay in the NFL. Right, but okay, but the Raiders was a place where he knew he can come and fucking and be accepted, come in, play his ass off, and do his thing. You mean because Al was okay with that. As long as you play hard and you do your job and you take care of your fucking business, it's all good. You mean? And we need to take steps to get back to that as of right now because it's kind of like a lost thing. You mean? It's kind of a lost thing, but you know, I'm happy that Pete Carroll's here. I understand that Pete Carroll's gonna go ahead and make some changes, and one thing he's always gonna have is a dominant defensive line. His defensive line is gonna come at people. His defensive line is gonna fight. His defensive lines are gonna light you up. Those are the things I want. I think he's going to invest in the offensive line. He's going to invest in the running game. This draft, you can invest in the running game heavy. You can make sure your team is set up to run the ball for years to come. Because let's face it, if you got rid of the whole running back room right now, I wouldn't even be mad. So what? These guys ain't that great, bro. I mean, don't let your favorite YouTuber tell you what to do, bro. I mean, I'm just saying, dog. You mean? ¿Qué onda, Rafucho? What's up, big dog? How you doing, man? Saludos. Right? Just I don't know. I think Pete Carroll's gonna get the ball rolling. It's just a trip because there's a lot of things here that doesn't line up with the. If the Raiders are going to do what's right for them and what's right for the team, they're going to have to do some stuff because Pete Carroll's timeline, Geno Smith's timeline don't match up with drafting a running back. I just can't believe that they're going to give Geno Smith, let's say $80 million in the next 2 years for the next couple of years, right? And he's going to turn around and hand the fucking ball off 30 times a fucking game. Ashton Jeanty is a volume runner. You mean? Volume runner. He's going to give this cat 30 attempts a game. I don't see that, bro. I really don't. How you going to pay somebody $80 million? You might as well have AOC do that. Might as well. So, I don't know. I want to see what they do, how they plan it out, what they do. I mean, the draft is what? Let's find this out real quick. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, it is April 24th in Lambeau, in fucking Green Bay, Wisconsin, right? That is shit. Who the fuck wants to get drafted in fucking Green Bay? NFL, y'all fucking tripping balls, dude. Like, Let's go where no one is. I mean, fuck, dude. Man, just have that shit in Vegas from now on, bro. Why you bullshitting the NFL? That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. Everybody's claims to have sources and everything. I ain't got no sources. I'm just thinking with my own head, thinking what's best for the franchise, thinking, what's going to help us be more successful, and those are the things I think are going to help us be more successful. Drafting on the offensive defensive line, drafting the quarterback. I mean, those are things that put us in position to win now and in the future. I mean, let's be honest. You have Cole Miller's coming up on his last year, and let's look at the fuck. We need to look at Spot Track real quick. Uh, let's try to see if we can find out average salary. Let me see this here. Let's see, because I want to see this. $28.1 million. $28.1 million. So, I mean, do you are we gonna start paying? Because I think Cole Miller right now is only making like 14 to 17 million dollars. Did he have a bad season last year? It started off bad. It didn't stay bad. He got better as the season progressed. It was like he came in hurt and kind of worked himself into being healthy. And I'm proud of him for that. But at the same time, like, dude, like, yeah. Yeah. Well, also Tristan Wirfs is the highest, and that's 28. So we're talking about maybe guy about 20, 25. You mean? And is this something we want to do? You mean? These are honest questions. I mean, Cole Miller, he's an Oakland Raider. You mean? Let's keep this shit straight. He's an Oakland Raider. He's one of the last of the Oakland Raiders. So, I respect him very much. But at the same time, dude, like, what are we gonna do for our future? And I think drafting, dude, because you can legit draft one of these tackles and put them at left guard and have your offensive line solidified for the year, and then at the end of the year be able to fucking say, okay, are we moving him to tackle now? What are we doing? Or are we just gonna sit here and I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This just a lot of this is just crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Jordan Mailata is doing 22. Andrew Thomas, 23. Sue Will has a 4-year, 104 million. Come on, he's doing 25 million a year. So I mean, are we paying him in that spectrum? I'm not sure about that. But just those are food for thought. We're gonna see real soon. But a couple days, then we'll see what's up. Oh shit. Hey, but my family's here. I love you guys. I just wanted to come on, talk with y'all, shoot the shit, and see what's going on. Yeah, man. Go Raiders. Let's see what's up. I'll be back next week. Same regular time, but this week, I had to set some stuff up, do a little bit early. But hey, man, I appreciate you guys for showing up. Go Raiders. Oh, remember, love the people who love you, bro. That's the only advice I can give to anybody. Love the people who love you.
Thank you, Mo. You've done the Lord's work. Jones, you done pouting? You want to come out and say goodbye, or are we just gonna roll through this?
Y'all kiss my black ass.
Fucking love that shit. Late.